Femi was born exactly 5 days before Folake's 9th birthday. Her parents never told her why they had waited so long to try for another child, but when she was 15, she found in her mother's room a birth certificate for an older sibling she had never met. There was a death certificate in the same name in the same drawer. The latter was dated just 2 days after the former. The birth certificate was dated almost exactly 5 years before she'd been born. Her mother came from the outskirts of what used to be Oyo State in western Nigeria, the 7th of 9 children and the 2nd of 3 girls. Her father was from the east, and he was also the 2nd, although of 5, in his own large family. When she was 19 and she had her first pregnancy scare, Folake spent long hours wondering if her parents had wanted a big family, like the ones they grew up in, and if those certificates she found had influenced their eventual decision to have just the 2 of them, her and Femi. Despite the age difference between them, they'd been close until the day she joined Deep Carbon Limited. That was when the tension started. She'd helped change his diapers, carried him on her back, rocked him to sleep in her arms, helped her parents feed him, and she'd even argued with him when he was old enough to argue back. Femi was part of almost every important moment in her life. But Femi wasn't there the first time someone told her that her mother was a hero. Folake remembers the day in vivid detail for 3 reasons. 1, because it was raining heavily. 2, because the words had come from the lips of her father. And 3, because it was the first time that she saw her mother after the accident. That day, she'd been roused from a light slumber by the sounds of rain hitting the open garage door and gravel being crunched beneath slowly decelerating tires. Those sounds meant that the navigation AI was parking her father's sprightly silver Neo Futura in the driveway of their bungalow. Everything about that Neo Futura was familiar. Her father had bought it second-hand from a German colleague 2 years before she was born. And while it was old, he had built and installed his own self-driving module. He'd even converted it to an electric hydrogen hybrid and had let her help assemble some of the parts. She had been hearing the sound of it parking every day since she was born, and that was why she knew it had arrived 4 hours earlier than usual.